Easop Winston, the newest member, one of the newest members of the LA Rams. Congratulations, Easop. This
Thank you.
is a huge deal. Congratulations, man. It must be
Thank you
so
so much,
exciting.
Matt. Yeah, no, it definitely is. Something you dream about ever since you could walk, at least for me, of course, and to be able to, achieve it, still got a lot of work to do, but it's great to see it come into manifestation.
I know you're a Bay Area guy. You grew up in the Bay and City College of San Francisco and whatnot, but uh, even still, I mean, it's not the 49ers and it's not the Raiders maybe, but it's still, it's a California NFL team. It must be surreal.
Nah, it definitely is. Still being able to stay on the West Coast, close to home. It's nothing to drive there, and it's nothing for a flight. So, still close to home. Even when I went to Washington State, it was close to home. So it's just crazy how I'm still close, and family is not a thing for them to come watch me play.
What was your draft day like, or the back end of the draft? What was the process like for you before you got the call, and then when you finally got it?
Well, leading up to it, I got a whole bunch of calls. I got like 22 calls, which was crazy because around the combine, I wasn't really getting any calls at all. Especially like when I found out I wasn't getting, I didn't get the invite. But me and the guys I was working out with and the guys who were like over everything at Stars told me that we were going to do like the virtual pro day thing. And I knew in my head that would like help me, get my name out to NFL coaches. And that's what we did. And literally the day after I did that is when it started picking up. And I was like, yeah. So it kind of went until draft day, the calls and everything. And it was just great. I took that all in, because, I had to grind, I had to get it out of the mud. So just to be able to be on the phone with the NFL coach, was crazy. But yeah, on draft day, I just watched it with my family. And towards the end of the draft, the Rams called me. And, they were saying that it was a lot of high interest. And I was also on the phone with my agent around the time. So it was a lot of calls, man. And I'm just glad it's over now. And I'm glad I know where I'm going.
What's the plan now? What's the schedule? What's next?
So on May 11th, I have like a virtual thing, a virtual call with like some of the people on the staff there on the Rams, and they're gonna kind of just get me filled in with what I should be looking forward to, and just staying close in contact with my agent, because obviously a lot of people are in the dark with what's going on and how everything's gonna go moving forward. But just staying in contact with my agent because he's telling me everything I should know, and just hoping for the best.
Let's go back down memory lane a little bit. You've got all the Cougar gear on. You take me back to your times in Martin Stadium, on the Palouse, on campus. What sticks out after you transferred in and then your 3 years on campus there?
Man, it's just the people, man. It's just everybody there is just so supportive. And coming from junior college, like we got like 200 to 300 people at our games. So running out that stadium was probably the first thing that comes to mind when I think about, my moments there. My first game I played in was Wyoming, and even though it wasn't a home game, it was like, wow, like it was just a sea of yellow. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then I just had to lock back in and just let myself know that I've been playing this sport since I was young. Let me just get back into my own zone. But that Wyoming game was the first game that I played in. So obviously, it was a big one for me, and that's just one moment that sticks out to me. And I scored that game, and that was crazy too, man. And the tears started to fall. I was just, just thinking about how much I had to go through to get to Washington State, man. And it all came full circle. And just the fans, man, just, I don't know, like if we scored, if we got a defensive stop, big third down stop, just that roar of the crowd, man, that's what got me going. I'm just like, this is what you live for right here. This is what you play for. So, man, I miss it. And I'm always watching past games on YouTube of just like how it went and just that crowd. It was just, man, it was a couple years I'll never forget.
Isn't it kind of fun now also that there are multiple City College coaching alums now on the Washington State staff? I know they're not your guys now because
Right.
you're on the NFL, but there's such a connection there.
No, it definitely is. I mean, it started with Shalom back in 2014 when he first went, and ever since then, it's just been a pipeline. And you see it with players, and then just to see it with coaches, it's like, what the heck? And my coach, Andre Allen, who coached me and taught me everything I know in junior college, is now there. So it's just crazy. Like, if I had one more year, he could have been coaching me again. And me and him still talk. I just actually talked to him a few weeks ago, and just knowing we still have that, that tight-knit relationship. And, I told him I owe a lot to him, because I couldn't be the receiver I am today without him. He helped me a lot. And I haven't met Coach Rolovich, but just to know that he came from City College too, I know there's a connection there.
And, of course, your boy Anthony Gordon got signed after the draft, and that whole story is just I feel like you have had minimal time to really put all this in perspective, but you and I have talked about it before. That connection and that storyline is just all time.
No, it definitely is. It was just crazy because I wasn't a qualifier to high school, so I knew I would have to play 2 years. Gordo was, so I knew when in that first practice when he was throwing the pigskin around, I'm like, all right, he's not gonna be here for 2 years. He probably gonna be out of here 1 year, and that's what happened. He got player of the year for our little JUCO section or whatever, and he was out. And I was like, dang, I wish I had him for another year. But Washington State wasn't recruiting me, which was crazy. I committed to Eastern Michigan. That was my only official visit. And I was there, and then me and my parents, it was a great visit, actually. Me and my parents came with me, and I was like, this is where I belong. And I actually made the whole announcement on social media, which is crazy. So my friends congratulating me, and everybody just congratulating me and telling me that, proud of you. And that night I committed. I had to take my sister to one of her basketball practices, and that's when Coach Nickel called me that night. And it was literally 2 nights before signing day. And I was like, what the heck? Like, he has to know I'm committed to Eastern Michigan. And he was like, we might have something for you here. I'm not going to tell you right now. So the next day came and I had a final. I couldn't even focus on my final because I'm like, bro, is Washington State going to offer me or not? Like, it was always my dream to play close to home in the Pac-12. Like, literally, I grew up going to Cal and Stanford games. So I'm like, man, any team I could play for in the Pac-12, I'll just be grateful. And knowing that Rob Taylor, Shalom, and Gordo were already there, Shalom was just leaving, was just crazy. And I'm just like, if they can offer me, I am going. Like, I already had it made up in mind. And he offered me as I was doing my final, and the rest was history.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Now you are looking forward to whatever version of minicamp pops up here, hopefully sooner rather than later with the Rams. What are you prepared for or most looking forward to in NFL camp?
Just competing. That's all. Look, I've just been competing my whole life. And that's just really just what I want to do, because I know if I put my best foot forward, God will handle the rest. My mom's a pastor. My faith is always at an all-time high. So I know, I'm able to live with the results if I put my best foot forward. So I'm just looking forward to competing and getting out there and just doing what I've been doing since I was young, man, just playing ball.
People were starved for sports at all, but particularly Cougar fans and football, and it became the NFL draft. And everybody got for you and Dez and Gordo and Freddie. Everybody's just so excited about what's coming for you guys. And it must be strange. It must be so surreal for you because you've been stuck at home. You haven't been able to go everywhere.
Exactly. No, it definitely is. I've just been trying to take it all in. Obviously, I've been getting a lot of family time, and that's what's great. And I feel like in a negative situation, as people could look at it with COVID-19 going on, you had to look at the positives too. And I've been getting a lot of family time in. My mom, she preaches a lot, and she's on the road, so I've been having a lot of time with her. So that's been great. And just just taking it all in. Like I said, I've been talking to Dez and Gordo along the way, and just seeing how their process was going, and just seeing now where we are now is just crazy. We practice together, pregame meals. We just, we've been through it all together. So just to see how, it's played out is a blessing.
I thought maybe you were gonna lay on me the Utah and Cal game winners as some of the best memories there in that year.
Yeah, no, those are definitely. But if I could say my favorite game, I would probably say that Arizona game, that 2018 Arizona game when Gardner was just feeding everybody. And, I'm a big team guy, just to see the look on everybody's faces as they were getting their touches on the ball, and just literally I tweeted, I was like, everybody had a good game that game, like, all across the board. And that's why that game stands out to me the most, man, because my team was just happy. It wasn't about me. It's never about me. it's about, you know, winning and everybody doing their best. And I think that was one game where it all just came together.
Well, Easop, it's always been a pleasure to talk to you. It won't be the last time. Excited
Not
to
at
do
all.
it again and see you maybe at some point. See you back on the Palouse. Everybody is so proud of you as Cougs and excited for you and looking forward to following minicamp. And the people are on social media just searching for names and seeing what updates are and all that stuff. And
All right.
congratulations.
Thank you so much, Matt. Thanks for the call.
All right, now go
All right.
Cougs.
Go Cougs.